Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Side of your mind, but please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring another movie review. This time we're going to be talking about My Bloody Valentine 3D, the 2009 remake of the 1981 film. And it's directed by Patrick Lussier and stars Jensen Ackles, as well as Jaime King and Kerr, as well as Tom Atkins, who you'll recognize from other films in the genre, you know, like Season of the Witch, and there's other things like that. So, I checked this one out last night. I have it on Blu-ray here. Why did I check it out? Mainly because, well, I love, a good slasher movie. I love horror movies. It's my main passion, along with, TV shows and such. So this is one I had to get to at some point. I, found it for cheap. So I thought now was the time. Well, yeah, I'll be honest, and I never seen the original film, but now I kind of want to, because I'm curious about how the atmosphere would have been done in 81. Hopefully they excelled in that time as well. So my main draw, besides it being a horror movie, obviously, is that I love Jensen Ackles. Of course, he's known for playing the main character, Dean Winchester, on Supernatural. He's a very talented actor, and he seems to be an awesome dude outside of it. And ironically, both he and Jared Padalecki both did slasher remakes the same year. Or they were both released the same year anyway, because this one was released in January of 2009, I believe, and Jared Padalecki, of course, starred in the Friday the 13th remake, which was released in that February. So that's kind of funny. Or I guess it is, I don't know. But yeah, I always like the Friday remake too, for the most part. Although I would dare say that maybe this one is a little more enjoyable for me. Although I really like the version of Jason in that one. Yeah, I still gotta think about that comparison. But yeah, so this one, I'm sure you already know the story, but I'll redo the start of it. Well, I can explain it too, okay? But just don't count on the most in-depth recap of the whole movie, okay? But yeah, so it's 97. It's on Valentine's Day, and there ends up being a small cave-in within the mining cave. And Tom Herring, so make sure I get his name right. Yep, Henninger. Yeah, Tom Henninger. He ends up being blamed for it because apparently he forgot to. And yeah, I am reading off of something too. It's obvious. But yeah, he forgot to vent the methane lines, and he supposedly caused the cave-in. So a lot of people hold a lot against him for that, because some loved ones were killed and things like that. But meanwhile, there's this some kind of madman on the loose named Harry Warden, and he survived by killing other miners with a pickaxe, allowing himself to breathe. And then a year later, on Valentine's Day, Warden is woken up from the hospital, and he goes on a murderous rampage again. Just so happens, Tom Atkins is the sheriff in this movie, by the way. Just so happens that Tom, Jensen Ackles' character, is going to a Valentine's Day party there with the others, and of course, Harry Warden ends up getting there first. And he kills some of the party goers, and he attacks Tom. But his girlfriend is, gets gotten to safety by this guy named Axel, who's, you know, kind of a douche. And so Axel drives off, leaving Tom behind, and Tom does escape because because Harry Warden is kind of shot up by the sheriff when Atkins arrives. And he wanders off into the mine, and they all assume Warden would have died at that point somewhere in the mine, right? But, you know, we'll see. So yeah, that's the basic premise. And of course, 10 years later, Tom has been who knows where, you know, for the past while. His girlfriend from then is now married to Axel, which is, you know, a dick move. But, you know, she says, you know, Axel was there for her when Tom had left and everything like that. But Tom was obviously very traumatized by what he went through. And, you know, throughout the movie, you had to separate, you know, Jensen Ackles being Tom Hanger here from Dean Winchester, because you're like, okay, come on, Dean, get a hold of yourself, you can take care of this shit. But, you know, no, that's not to say that Jensen Ackles didn't play the part well, because he did. I liked him in this movie. I thought he was enjoyable. I thought he was, you know, expressive and as emotive as he had to be. You know, so of course when he returns, there are murders starting again. Some people put the blame on him because they still blame him for that same accident in '97. But, you know, he seems like a legitimately good guy. So a lot of it is, you know, sort of a mystery of who this new killer actually is. Some people think it's Harry Warden returned again, even though they're all convinced he died after he got shot or whatever. And there's going to be some spoilers in this one, so if you haven't seen it, I want to keep watching this review. But just know I enjoyed it as a slasher flick. I liked Jensen Ackles' performance, as well as Jaime King's especially. You know, I appreciate the atmosphere. There are some decent kills in it, and the gore is pretty good. I didn't watch it in 3D, but I still enjoyed that part of it when I had to, I think. So yeah, if I'd rate it, I'm giving it a solid B, okay? But now to go into spoilers, you know, we see, you know, Tom, he's taking these pills, and we find out later that he's been in a mental institution for the past 7 out of the 10 years. But I still wanted the killer to be Axel, because he grew up to be the sheriff somehow, apparently, which I didn't really buy. I know he's the son, you know, someone important or whatever, but yeah, anyway. It turns out that Jensen Ackles' character Tom is actually the killer here. You know, he's dressing up in the, you know, gas mask, the whole mining, you know, uniform and everything like that. And I thought Jensen Ackles played a pretty good psychopath when we finally found out it was him. But I was kind of nervous where they were going to go with the ending, because I just didn't want him to be, like, generically killed. And luckily they didn't do that. And I did appreciate the mystery, but I did guess a little bit, and I was sort of uncertain, you know, until it was revealed. Because I thought it would have been too obvious just to have him sort of, you know, taking the medicine and have it obviously be him at the end. So, you know, they kind of went the more route, I guess, but I guess it gives Jensen Ackles a bigger role if he turns out to be the killer in the movie, you know. And we see that he has severe mental issues, because he sees Harry Warden, then he feels like he is Harry Warden because of what he's been through. So he's probably not a bad person. He was just affected by all this, and he's just snapped, you know. I still thought Axel was a douche because he's meanwhile cheating on you know, Jaime King's character when he was, you know, pining for her affections, you know, 10 years ago. There's even this you know, shorter person that gets killed, you know, like you know, like dwarf size, and, you know, that was kind of sad, because she had this little, like, you know, pug dog as well. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and the final confrontation when you do find out it's Tom in the tunnels, I thought was pretty good. Like I said, Jaime King does a pretty good job as the lead girl in the movie, the lead female. You know, she has to decide who to shoot, but Tom ends up slipping up and saying, oh yeah, you know, I already knows about this person being dead and stuff like that, and of course, what ends up happening there's a fight between Tom and Axel. Luckily, Tom gets the advantage over him, which I still like for some reason. He ends up stabbing him with a pickaxe. But then Jaime King's character, of course, ends up, shooting the tanks and causing an explosion. Another cave-in at the mine. Then we see Tommy's pinned under the rubble at the end of the movie, but then he still gets the pickaxe and kills the guy checking on him. Then he apparently he sneaks out wearing fire rescue outfit or something like that at the end. Then he takes off the mask and we see him walk off at the end. So that was cool that Jensen Ackles got to survive, or Dean got to survive even when he went psychotic. I know I'm not really explaining everything the right way, but yeah, so in conclusion, I'm not talking right. So we can assume we probably tried to track down Jaime King's character and Axel later and hopefully killed him. I don't know. But yeah, in conclusion, I enjoyed this movie. I don't think it's like one of my favorite horror movies of all time or anything, but it had some solid performances in it, especially from Jensen Ackles, and I did like Jaime King as well. Tom Atkins was killed off a little bit quicker than I thought he would be. I thought he'd have a bigger role to play by the end of it, but it turns out Harvey Warden, they actually taken him out and killed him, shot him up again themselves and buried him in the woods, but then they find it later and something's obviously been dug up, or someone got out of it there, so they weren't sure he's dead apparently. And so we get the shot in sort of like the very end of the credits of this other person, gas mask, walking down the tunnels, and he attacks the camera. So Harry Warden may still be out there after all. Who knows? But I still had a good time with this. Like I said, the violence should be plenty for any fan, I'd hope. When we do see the gas mask killer, whoever it was, it is kind of creepy. And, I honestly like some of the scenes between Tom and Jaime King's character, who is named Sarah, by the way. I was willing to buy into it before I found out everything. So yeah, overall, I like this one. I'm rating it, like I said, a solid B. It's not perfect, like some of the other performances besides Jensen Ackles and Jaime King's did feel a little bit wooden. And it's sort of mixed on the final reveal of it, I guess, but it still worked. I still was invested. I still felt interested in seeing how it was going to play out. So yeah, what do you guys think of the My Bloody Valentine remake? How would you compare it to the Friday the 13th one, just for the sake of it, since both Supernatural guys were in them? Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.